rain gear at the bus stop this morning, but you'll likely need it if you're heading out this afternoon from the bus stop later today, especially for the eastern half of Central Florida. High temperatures will climb into the low 90s. We're looking at a high of 93 degrees by Wednesday, but with that higher humidity, it's going to feel closer to 100 in the afternoon on Wednesday. So not feeling like fall at all this week, basically an extension of summer. And heading out to the tropics, we're watching Hurricane Gabrielle with the 5 o'clock advisory much stronger now with winds of 90 miles per hour. Pressure down to 978. It is about 200 miles southeast of Bermuda. It is expected to rapidly intensify today to a Category 3 hurricane overnight into Tuesday morning. Thankfully, though, it is moving east of Bermuda and then taking a sharp turn to the east into the central Atlantic by about midweek, where it's going to gradually weaken as it taps into some cooler waters. But the wave energy from Gabrielle will bring us high rip currents through at least Tuesday and also some slightly higher surf as well. Breakers running about 2 to 4 feet out there, so not recommended at all to enter the water, at least through Wednesday, because of that rough surf conditions and also the high rips. Here's a look ahead at your Central Florida certified most accurate 7-day forecast. A hot week ahead, gang. A high of 93, but again feeling like 99 to 100 this week, and that includes Friday. And we're also looking at some higher rain coverage for this upcoming weekend. Megan.
Yeah, getting another check of traffic on this Monday morning. There's a crash I'm monitoring along Goldenrod Road. It is right at that entrance ramp to State Road 4-way. So far, no heavy delays, but that crash here blocking a lane in that area. So not going to be a big impact to that morning drive, but that is the good news for your Mondays. There's nothing major so far on the roadways. This is a live look here traveling along I-4 in Seminole County, traveling near Lake Mary Boulevard. A nice slow start here. No congestion so far westbound. Eastbound traveling into Sanford and Deltona, also off to a nice quiet start for that Monday morning. Looking at those travel times, we are in the green between Altamont Springs and the Turnpike along I-4 westbound and eastbound. We're at less than 13 minutes.
Stronger with winds of 90 miles per hour. Pressure has dropped down to 978 millibars and is moving to the north-northwest at about 10 miles per hour. It is about 200 miles southeast of Bermuda, and it's expected to rapidly intensify today. In fact, overnight tonight into Tuesday, it's going to be a Category 3 hurricane. And then as it makes a sharp turn to the east, it's still maintaining its intensity as a hurricane before gradually weakening by late week into the northern waters of the Atlantic. We're also tracking 2 waves right behind Gabrielle. We'll start off with the orange, which is farther away. It's a tropical wave well southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. It has a 60% chance that it will become a tropical depression by mid to late week. But we're also monitoring this highlighted in yellow, which was just tagged late last night. It's a tropical wave east of the Lesser Antilles. It has a 30% chance of development. We'll have to watch this as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, because as it nears Hispaniola, there's a chance it could develop there, and we'll have to monitor where it goes thereafter since it's a little bit closer here to home. That's a look at the tropics. Let's take a look at the roadways on this Monday morning with Meaghan Mackey.
Yeah, Cam, heading out the door in Brevard County, there's a new crash I'm monitoring along I-95. It's impacting both the southbound and northbound side of I-95 close to O'Galley Boulevard. This is traveling in between the Vieira and Melbourne. You can see here this blocking off a couple of lanes here traveling south, so mostly impacting those drivers heading into Melbourne. And this is a crash with some injuries, so delays here building southbound, but so far no need for a detour for that morning drive. Again, it's near O'Galley Boulevard heading south towards US 192. So delays here on both sides, just stretching for about a mile, but the longer this takes to clear, the more of a delay there's going to be through that area. So I'll keep my eye on this crash. We'll also look at some I-4 cameras and those travel times coming up in a few minutes.
Right around 100 degrees, and the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday, still uncomfortable conditions as high temperatures, or those feel like temperatures, will be climbing into the upper 90s. Quick check the tropics. Gabrielle, a hurricane. It will move to the east of Bermuda late tonight into Tuesday as it intensifies to a Category 3 hurricane. We're also watching 2 additional tropical waves behind Gabrielle, including this one highlighted in yellow that we'll need to monitor closely. There's a chance that could develop as it nears Hispaniola mid to late week. And then this one in the orange has a higher chance of development, a 60% chance that could be a tropical depression by mid to late week as well as it moves into the central Atlantic. Back here home, once again, here's a look at your Central Florida certified most accurate 7-day forecast. Hot and humid week ahead with higher rain coverage today and tomorrow. And we're going to keep that higher rain coverage around for pretty much the rest of the week. And the weekend, a 60% chance of rain. Megan.
Cam, getting another check of traffic on this Monday morning. There's a crash I'm monitoring in Brevard County for those drivers in between Vieira and Melbourne along I-95. It's southbound here right near O'Galley Boulevard. You can see here some delays here moving south towards US 192. Northbound is also impacted by this crash, seeing some slowdowns heading towards that area. We do have a camera, a FDOT camera in this area. You can see the slowdowns on both sides. The crash itself is blocking off both of these shoulders. Now there's a big tree kind of blocking part of this camera, but you can definitely see the slowdowns in both directions. So impacts there for that morning drive. I-4, fortunately, no crashes right now. Beautiful start in downtown Orlando, a nice sunrise. The first day of fall doesn't feel like it, but at least we have nice clear conditions waking up on this Monday morning. Those travel times starting to build near those theme parks. Eastbound from US 27 to the beach line, not bad. Right now we're sitting at 22 minutes. It is 6:52 on your Monday. Your top stories are straight ahead. And getting a check of your current traffic conditions, there is a crash in Brevard County, I-95 southbound near O'Galley Boulevard heading into Melbourne. Big delays here traveling in this area because of a crash. Northbound also impacted, so slowdowns there, but I-4, we are nice and quiet to begin off our Monday. Cam, happy first day of fall.
And happy first day of fall, but not quite feeling like it's more of an extension of summer with a high of 91 this afternoon, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, even higher rain coverage tomorrow. 60% chance of rain for Tuesday and even warmer weather as we end off the work week. Alan Mayer. Over the next 7 days, we'll have to watch this one as it nears Hispaniola about Wednesday through Thursday time frame. That's where it could possibly get better organized and become something tropical that we'll need to watch. And you see the area that's highlighted also includes the Bahamas. So we'll have to watch this particular feature really closely as well as the feature behind it in the central Atlantic. Tropics are highlighting getting busy and back here home. So is our local weather forecast with higher rain coverage in the forecast this week and also the heat building as well. High temperatures in the low 90s, but again, feeling more like the upper 90s to low triple digits this week. So no sign of fall in sight for this week. Megan.
Cam, getting another check of traffic this morning. There was a bad crash in Brevard County. If you travel along I-95, this is in the Melbourne area, southbound approaching US 192 from O'Galley Boulevard. This is a live look. Traffic here barely moving southbound because of this crash with some injuries. So blocking off those two right lanes. Traffic is slowly able to get by in that left lane, but now that we're in the busiest travel time of the morning, and of course this is in Melbourne, we are experiencing those big backups for that morning drive. So Highway 1 is a potential detour, but it's really going to take you a while. So I would just plan ahead for that traffic and leave maybe an extra 15 to 20 minutes this morning earlier if you're traveling in the Melbourne area along I-95. I-4 still no crashes for that Monday morning drive, but heavier traffic here picking up westbound heading into downtown Orlando, approaching that 408 interchange. Those express lanes are going to save you some time this morning, but at least right now, no crashes along I-4. And those travel times looking good in between Altamont Springs and the Turnpike westbound and eastbound. We're at less than 14 minutes. Stay with us. We'll have more local news and weather after this break.
Meaghan Mackey with a look at the highway that looks more like a parking lot this morning.
Yeah, Lindsay, a busy start here if you're traveling in along I-95. This is for those people in Brevard County in the Melbourne Vieira area. Southbound along I-95 approaching US 192 from O'Galley Boulevard. There's a crash here blocking off a couple of lanes. So that's why we're seeing that heavy moving traffic. And this is a very busy stretch of I-95 in Brevard County. So not a great detour around this crash. It's also slowing traffic on that northbound side. So traveling through this area, I would add an extra 10 to 15 minutes for that morning drive. Our map is showing the delays here. You can see mostly impacting that southbound side. So plan ahead here, traveling through Vieira and Melbourne along I-95. Cam, how's the forecast so far for our Monday?
Not looking bad. A wonderful start to your Monday morning with dry skies. As we take a look at our first warning radar, we are noticing, though, a bit of fog out towards Marion and Sumter counties. Breaking out your 12-hour forecast for folks in Daytona Beach. We are going to see those clouds increase this afternoon. We're going to see a high temperature right around 87 degrees. As we take a look at your Central Florida certified most accurate 7-day forecast, 40% chance of rain showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, even higher rain coverage tomorrow, and the heat will be on. High temperatures in the low 90s this week.